Welcome back. This is the Reason to Doubt podcast. I'm your host, Jay Sims. As you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, we're in a new location. We got new faces, new people on the podcast. This is episode 24.
Kobe.
Am I right? Kobe number? Episode 24. Hello, Katie. You ain't got to hey Kobe yet.
I'm trying to think of
Charles Woodson. Charles Woodson.
Fuck out of here with that.
Hey,
No disrespect.
Hey, this the Kobe.
I'll
take that when we're talking about Charles Wilson.
Kobe, this is the Kobe episode. Hey, welcome, man. We're here. We're here in the DNA clothing store in St. Louis, Missouri on Washington Avenue. As you see, we got some new faces. To the left of me, though, I got, like always, DJ Stino.
Yes, sir.
To the left of him, we got Fresh 60, a.k.a. KD. To the right, my guy, Joe Jack. He's back.
Back, baby.
New faces we got over here. As you can see, we got DnaMac, and we got DNA Trey. That shit fire. Like everybody that's got something to do with the DNA store, they got DNA and DNA name.
Yeah,
how come we ain't got Reason to Doubt? KD.
It's too new.
Reason to Doubt. R2D.
How long y'all been DNA?
Since 2012.
Yeah, we too new for it.
Yeah, we can't be. This shit dope though. That's how everybody knows that they involved.
Yeah, makes sense.
But we went from the IG handles to the hand tats.
Yeah, everybody got hand tests.
Oh yeah, we ain't
That's
got
lit.
What's that, DNA?
Dictate.
Okay.
That's
I did.
fire.
Yeah, DNA stands for dictate, never accept.
I did. Say it again.
Dictate, never accept.
Okay. Dictate, never accept.
What? Everybody, man, hey. This episode 24, Reason to Doubt podcast. Thank you for all the listeners. Thank you for everybody that's watching on YouTube, listening on Apple Music. Well, not Apple Music, Apple Podcast. That's where everybody get confused. They think, I look to y'all's Apple Music. We not rappers or singers. Like Apple Podcast. You got an iPhone. It's the podcast app.
Come with the phone.
Type in Reason to Doubt. You'll see us, you know. But shout out to everybody listening to us on Spotify, Anchor, wherever you listen to podcasts, you'll see us on there. But what up, y'all? It's been a new week. Joe Jack was missing last week.
Yeah, they found me. I'm back.
You got kidnapped?
It's a long story.
Take it.
It's complicated. I'm back though. That's the important thing.
That's the good part.
We here.
I missed you, dog.
We here.
These niggas gonna be
All right.
sideways.
If you watching on YouTube right now,
That Nair shit was crazy, but that's neither here nor there.
fam.
Hey, ruffle his feathers. Ruffle his
That last, I'm watching this shit. I'm like, damn.
If anybody didn't listen to last week's episode, KD got a joke off or whatever.
It wasn't a joke. It was a concern.
It was a concern about my eyebrows. It made me uncomfortable. I didn't know where it came from.
So you Nair just shit.
No, as you can see, my shit's still the same way. It's a good segue though. Y'all see them Lakers last night?
Ooh, yes. Let's talk about them.
Think of the unibrows.
Yeah.
Brow.
That boy Anthony Davis.
Brian in the brow.
I see him shaking his head.
Not watching.
Anthony Davis has had like
I'm
19.
not watching.
Anthony Davis has
I
had
can't be a
like.
Laker, man.
There goes Simon.
He just had like
You can't appreciate greatness?
I can't be a
Y'all,
Laker.
you like a fan?
I wouldn't
Of
care.
course.
No.
You know, LeBron, you know, running point, started at point guard last night, looking real nice, you know. Anthony Davis, 17 in the first quarter. Like 6 dunks. Yeah, they play Golden State, you know.
That
But,
really don't matter though, dude.
no, I
No, it
mean,
don't. It look good, though. It don't matter, but it look good.
season started about 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
That was the best thing about LeBron going to the Lakers was I got to watch one of my best friends all of a sudden start liking LeBron.
I mean, LeBron was always cool.
was
It
hard.
was like,
I know.
I didn't get too
Trey was
close.
never a super hater or
I'm a
nothing. He
LeBron
was never a
fan.
super hater. It was just kind of like, I'm not paying attention to
I'm
that.
a Laker
Sounds
fan.
just like
I
me.
never been
I
a
was so happy though.
LeBron fan. Well, I ain't gonna say never. I used to like LeBron, but then LeBron was like on some soft ass shit to me in Cleveland. Like it felt like he used to be quitting this shit, giving up on this, like not playing. He was choking the playoffs. It felt like, so I stopped fucking with him. But he on the Lakers now though.
Yeah, it's a,
Fuck, I
it's a
can't
new,
fuck with him no more.
It took hard. It was hard to
That's how
accept.
deep it is.
For you, it was.
Yeah.
I can't
When
be a
he
Laker.
didn't stay in
We got the
Cleveland.
best player on the damn
I don't care
planet.
where he went.
That's
He's
what
not a
you
Laker.
said.
I had to.
I'm a bigger Laker hater.
He grew on me. I like what he do off the court more than he do on the court. So it's like,
Okay.
you know, I respect him.
LeBron to go off.
He
the
should
court
wear
for
number
sure.
24. Yeah, I like him.
That number
You
retired.
can't wear them.
Can't touch that
Eight.
one.
Kobe got 2 jerseys over them.
jerseys.
Facts.
Right.
But shout out to our YouTube viewership. So if you listen to the podcast, you shoot over to YouTube
You missing
on
out.
Wednesday.
It's a good look.
But there's some shit going on with KD right now that can't be explained.
Gonna start off with that?
Yeah, because it got to be addressed.
We need to know, bro.
What the fuck is wrong with your arm, fam? What happened? You was in Cancun, right?
I was in Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely vacation. Surfing a 30-foot wave.
Oh, you was surfing?
Man, the plot thickens.
30-foot. 30-foot wave, you did.
Right.
Lost a little balance. First time surfing. There's a shark in
30-footer?
On the first time?
And you made it.
How big was the shark?
Great white.
How big was it?
Baby.
White, like
Give her
jaws.
So 30-foot shark in a 30-foot wave. Okay, I'm with you.
Now we on
All
the
right,
same
I'm with you.
page.
The megalodon.
Okay.
He wasn't after me though. You dig? It was a child in the water. And I saved the child.
So you saved the child. So what happened to the arm?
Did you
though?
hit it on the child's head?
No. When I was bashing the 30-foot shark.
Okay.
You dig? After I surfed the 30-foot wave.
What happened to you? I thought you had a knife.
You didn't let me get to it.
You was bashing it. I don't know just bashing with.
Listen. Swimming trunks. Knife in my mouth.
Nice.
Surfing. Noticed that the child was in danger. And I sprung in the action. Simple as that.
Fuck, I wanna hear your CD fuck.
Hey, check this out.
Is it broke? Is it a sprain? Like what's going
You got holes in your shit?
Minor one.
Spine.
Spinal.
Minor.
What's wrong with it?
Minor.
Just minor. Yeah, minor.
Anyway. Okay.
Small
I broke my
brain.
back. Spinal.
Yeah, we might. Shout out to Mike Tyson, man. Hey,
Whatever.
Nobody trying to believe that dumbass story, man.
That's
You
fine.
did something. You probably did some goofy shit.
Right.
Tripped down some steps.
Did you see me in the water?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well,
We wasn't there.
follow Instagram Fresh60. You see me in the water. You did. If you look close enough, you see the shark fin. You did. I didn't post the surfing video because I had the knife in this hand. I couldn't record. You dig? So
The news ain't want to jump on this story. They ain't want to.
no.
Yo, tell me with this. Yo, tell me with this.
Building the wall and shit.
Fresh60. You know what I'm saying? Follow on Instagram. You'll get the whole story. It's crazy.
Man, check this out.
You want some shit, Patch? You want some shit?
Yeah.
But-
Simple as that.
All right, man. Did you have a good time in Cancun?
Love.
It was lovely. All right.
I gotta go
Oh.
get the story real quick.
But
Fresh60 try to get to it. Listen, I do got something to tell y'all though. I got something to tell y'all about Cancun.
what's up?
I finna paint the picture for you right there. For the paint the picture for Cancun. I'm in Congo Club, right across the street from Coco Bongo.
Coco Bongo?
Yeah, Coco Bongo, hottest club in
You wasn't
Mexico.
in there. You wasn't cool enough in there.
I was in Congo, you did, right across the street.
Kind of like Tin Roof and Wheelhouse.
So they
I was in the
playing
parking lot.
hip hop club or whatever. The essays in there jamming. So, rack it up. What's Yo Gotti? Rack it up. Next
it
thing
up.
you know, long time.
It's a real small wave.
Oh my God.
That's what's up?
That's what's up. So we got a debate.
Yeah, I like
We
that.
got
I
a
like how you
debate.
did that.
We got a debate on this show. What's the better intro? Yo Gotti, That's What's Up, or Meek Mill,
Dreams of Nightmare.
Dreams of Nightmare.
They going both Dreams of Nightmare.
I'm going to meet me.
You going Meek Mill? You going
Yeah, man, it's gonna meet Mel.
So they were saying it's a Midwest thing because Yo Gotti Midwest. I'm just here to say, motherfucking Cancun, Mexico.
That's what's up. Yo, got it.
That's what's
We
up.
got votes.
That's
So did they
what's up.
play Meek?
Huh?
They played Meek?
Didn't hear me song. Not that they didn't play it when I wasn't there.
Yeah.
You did, but Rack Up came on. What's called?
Rack
Break it up.
Rack It Up came on.
They was fucking with it.
Fucking with it.
Then that's what's up. Long time
That's
coming.
what's up. Then they went back to the techno and shit. You did, but
That's how they was dancing.
Then,
the glow sticks.
then the arm situation.
No, that happened That happened the birthday on the beach in the ocean, man.
All right.
Caribbean Sea.
So you had a good time.
Great time.
Shout out to you.
Everybody need to try
But
that.
let's get to this question though. Since we already on that, we asked their opinion on the intro. We ask something every time we got a guest, we gotta ask them top 5 MCs, man. And you gotta have a 5.
They don't have to be in
It
order.
ain't gotta be in order. You gotta give me your 5 though.
Your top 5, not.
And let's know we judging you after your top 5.
Oh, yeah.
Be yourself.
Definitely get judged off the top 5.
Alright, I'm gonna start out first.
Then this is DNA Trey,
DnaTrey, yeah. I'm gonna start out first. Gotta put Jay-Z in there. Hov, the guy.
the GOAT.
Gotta put Big. Gotta put Pop. From there, I'm just going with favorites. I'm gonna throw my dude Cameron in there because Killer Cam, like, and then I'm gonna go with the old Kanye West. Like to be.
I fuck with Kanye.
I missed the old Kanye.
That's my top 5.
Top 5, okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's
We got DnaMac.
first. Yeah, we talked about that.
He just saved us.
It's interesting now. I would like that. I kind of want him to be included, so I only have to think of 2 guys. But if you get rid of the 3, then who are the other 3?
And that's something that we talked about doing.
We talked about
We talked about-
taking. We talked about taking
Jay, Biggie,
Jay
and
Big
Pop.
Okay.
and Pac
And
out.
Nas.
Oh, no, I can't. Damn, I was gonna say no.
I think you got to keep Nas because too many people will argue about that. You got to leave that there for
Nas
conflict.
for DMX, like
We
Nas for
got
DMX.
conflict. Okay, we got.
I would
another-
agree with you,
we
but
got
you got to
another
leave him
debate
there
here.
for all the
No,
conflict.
but look,
You know what I
it's
mean?
the thing. KD.
We got another personal
My top
debate.
5. My top 5 is all right. Nas in my top 5. So we pretty much got the same top 5, but
Besides
Nas, he want to put DMX.
I put DMX in mine. I put DMX in
And
mine.
I feel like
you do, man.
So we go to the comments. You know what I'm saying? People,
No, you all good.
a lot of people Nas, few people DMX. You know what I'm saying?
Very few.
That's fine. So we're trying to figure out who you put Nas over DMX? DMX Nas?
He was finna put Nas in his top
I'm
5.
asking.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
My man know me.
let him
This
go.
is my man know me.
Do your top 5 without the top 3.
I'm just asking him though. You can't speak
I
for
heard
him.
him. He
Yes,
said it.
You can't speak for him though.
Shark bite.
Gotta take those 3. I'm gonna put Weezy in there, Lil Wayne. I'm gonna
Thank
throw
you.
Lil Wayne in there. Fuck. Shit, y'all make this shit super hard.
You already put Nas in there, right?
I thought Nas wasn't included. I thought
Yeah,
Nas
No,
was
no,
included.
Nas ain't at the top yet.
Okay, so I got
Pop, Big, and Jay.
okay.
Yeah.
So I got Nas.
Okay.
I got Weezy,
Uh-huh.
and my third guy, I'm gonna say 50.
50 Cent, 50?
I'm gonna say
Okay.
50.
we ain't heard that one yet.
We ain't heard that.
But I
heard that.
respect.
50.
50
G
got-
Unit
50
So who you got,
Yeah.
Mac? Who you got, Mac?
Man, you're kind of taking the fun out of mine. I thought I was gonna piss everybody off saying 50 because I came up on all. I mean, Kazaa and LimeWire in high school was just downloaded.
LimeWire.
Main Street Case?
What was the other one?
All we did was download.
Napster.
Dropped the bomb on that one.
Napster.
Oh, yeah, you right.
We do
My
download
fault.
50
My
tapes.
fault.
We download 50 tapes. We downloaded
No,
old
when it's
boy
50, we
tapes.
talking about 50.
And then we downloaded the Squad mixtapes.
Squad
We
up?
downloaded all Squad mixtapes, and then
He got some flavor.
Lil Wayne Ether is better than the regular Ether too.
Lil Wayne Renegade gives them a run for the money, man.
I fucks with the homie, man.
I would go, my deviation is Big L. So Big L was one of the guys that got me into, when I was at U City, I had to figure out a way to be popular, and I thought being the white kid that rapped would be it. So, that 7-minute freestyle.
Yeah, you was spitting Big L to
and,
that.
that was,
You probably could have said that was your shit though.
He
He could have been like, oh, that's me.
Big L was, my deviation. Wheezy, I hated Wheezy through middle school. Like whenever Cash Money first came out, because I touted myself as like a New York guy. And then the Squad mixtapes hit, and I was like, okay, I get it.
He got
You know,
And then Carter one came out. Then Carter
Because-
came out, and I was like, I appreciated that. I mean, he grew, and I mean, Carter one was just like, we just.
But you
sat
gotta
and-
think when he started doing the Squad mixtapes, that was the first time you heard Lil Wayne
Right.
not on the Manny Fresh beat.
Right.
So he was killing that shit.
There was no corny
and he
shit.
always wanted
Yeah.
to do that anyway. But Baby and them made them like wear Reeboks and look like they from New Orleans and
Right.
shit like that though.
Right, and then when he hit it, I mean, and then the Carter, I mean, walk in, walk around, and walk out. That intro set, I'd never heard anything like that, where he just continued the song throughout the whole thing. And I mean, I knew it like, and I mean, what were we doing in high school? We were just smoking weed and we were just rolling up blunts, and we had nowhere to go, so we just listened to the Carter front to back,
Yeah.
or whatever you downloaded. So yeah, I would say Wheezy and 50. You know, I mean, shit, when 50 hit, what was M's track? What was M's ballad that 50, you might,
It's a 50.
yeah, no, 50 covers M. 50 covers M's, one of M's ballads.
50 took everybody's song. I don't know. I'm gonna love my child.
Cause I'm popular, got a P90 Ruger to pop it,
Oh,
y'all. Catch you
that-
slipping, I'ma give you what I got.
Yeah,
for you.
yeah,
My
yeah.
clip
I know
loaded
exactly
with
what you're talking
15
about.
shots for you. You got blood on, you know.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Till I collapse.
Till I collapsed. Yeah, you know, 50 was
yeah.
just 50 was doing
Killing
what Wayne
that
was doing.
shit.
He was just sitting in the studio, just bodying everything.
crazy.
So 50, Wayne, I can't believe he said Cam. Like I feel like I just fucking.
Cam, man.
50, Wayne.
Your top 5 could be the same. It don't
Right.
matter.
I mean, but it's a lot. It's a lot of those same guys. Big L, 50, Cam. You know, I'm a big and he maybe not even the best lyricist, but I mean for me, you know, Guru was somebody. You know that was huge for me.
Shout out to
Gangstar with Guru.
Shout out to Guru. We just shout out to my lab. They got that song with Cole. He just dropped. You heard that?
Yeah, I did. And then Cole said he was done with features after that.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I got on a track with Guru, I'm done. God, my fifth. That'd be really hard because I'd be inclined to go with guys that I really like that are kind of mid-major now. Like I would have a hard time, you know, and I feel like this would be basic because everybody and their mom thinks they're a fucking Nipsey fan now that he's passed. But Nipsey, Freddie Gibbs, I'd have to fight over those guys. Currency as a
Album
guy
of the year
too.
right now.
Trey, you know, Trey hit me to Currency back in 2012. You know, but but if I had to round off that 5, man, I got to go Andre 3K.
Okay.
Can't be mad. Can't be mad.
Nice top 5.
I had to go Andre 3K. I had to go Andre 3K, man.
Okay, I like.
Me neither.
I see, man. Y'all. That's another reason why y'all got you in there. We're gonna get into the story because this setup is crazy. Which you can see from if you watching on YouTube, they doing their thing with everything. But this is a music podcast. That's why another reason why I had y'all on there. I see Mac all the time on Instagram posting what he listening to and shit like that. You listen to St. John and from you said Cameron. You listen to everything. So it's like I like to talk to people that's in the music the way we in the music. You know?
The thing that frustrates me about Instagram is actually the one thing that I can't share directly on there. Well, I can now that my following is up, but a lot of times if I don't feel like figuring out what I'm listening to, I just put on Trey's mixes. All Trey's SoundCloud stuff is hyper diverse, and all the stuff that he's got. There's a lot of new school stuff on there that I otherwise would come in here and argue with Nate and Trey about how I don't like it. And then Trey mixes it in between a Currency track and like a Currency and Gibbs track, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
Yeah, that's how I gotta do.
I'm
though.
listening to
That's how I gotta do
fucking-
with KD. I got and
No, it's just the thing. I see him.
yeah.
I hear the fuss and the hype, you know, I might give that's the thing, y'all think I don't listen to. I
You
listen
give
to
it a listen.
I give it a listen and I just be done with it.
well, I would argue with these guys over Lil Baby and stuff like that, and it wasn't like they're in here preaching that they're the greatest by any means, but it's always 6 months ahead. Everything in here, I come in the store, it's always 6 months ahead, and I'm like, I'm not listening to this shit. Even like I would yell at Nate about Lil Yachty, you know. And,
he is trash.
And Nate came around. No, Nate came around. You're right. Nate did. That was like the first time I had a win with Nate about music. Where like after a couple months, Nate came around and was like, all right, he's a very good celebrity and not a good artist. You know, but like a lot of the new guys, like at the end of the day, it's like you don't have to love the music to respect the to respect the grind. I know how cliche that sounds, but like some of these guys. But I wouldn't have ever learned about Jay Critch. I probably wouldn't have figured out Dirk to the extent that that I learned about Lil Durk if it hadn't been for Nate and Trey's relationships with all these guys in Chicago. I rolled my eyes at Chief Keef, and then and I was like, Nate, I'm not listening to this, and now I listen to it every day still. Like we're 300. You know what I mean? Like
In my top 10.
But so
he just snuck that in there.
That's what a culture is. That's what a culture.
That dude rich.
hey, but
Young
Oh,
Jim,
but
younger.
hold on. You got you said SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud. Yeah. SoundCloud mixes, man.
He
DJ.
rap.
No, DJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
The DJ?
Yeah. And the
DJ too.
SoundCloud.com/DJ-J-T3Y.
Let's get one of those little things that runs on the bottom of this after you. Can you edit that in there?
I shooter. We got a shooter.
So,
Tech got cold.
Shout out to everybody that's checking out our playlist. We do a playlist every week.
Oh, straight up.
That's what we'll do with y'all, man. I'm gonna shoot y'all, text y'all, throw me 5 songs, we'll throw something on there. Everything got diverse listens. We only did it 1 week. We about to do this week 2 coming up. We'll probably drop that Tuesday playlist. Okay. It'll be on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. So
I'm with it. I already got my phone.
yeah, we do it every week, so I ain't worried
I'm
about
gonna ask Trey for another 5. I'm gonna be like, yo, man, I'm trying to impress these guys. Let me get 5 new. Hey, man,
Everybody's
listen.
five be so different.
It's so diverse, man.
Everybody's five is just.
No, I have fun on the Instagram thing. I appreciate you saying it because I would do it and then go, damn, man, my story's like 13 or 14 songs, and then I just wouldn't put anything on there, and then I have some random cats. Reach out and go, yo, you got anything new to listen to? And I'm like, people actually clicking on this shit. Like, y'all really fucking with what I'm listening to? I'll bet. All right, man, here's a playlist.
Yeah, I don't have as many followers as you, but like, I do when I'm on road trips a lot. Like, I'm in the car a lot. I'll be posting what I'm listening to while, and people really hit you up like, man, what's that? What you know what I'm saying? That was dope. I just looked at the song. So I know it works. That's why we started the playlist, just to get more traction with the podcast. But it's been a slow week, man. I ain't been paying attention to much. Ain't no music dropped.
So we spoke on it last week.
Mm-hmm.
The trial with the cop who killed the dude, right? So the dude who testified.
Shout out to Bohem.
His neighbor. Yeah.
His neighbor. He got
assassinated.
Smoked. Yeah. He got smoked.
In the same apartment complex.
Same apartment complex. He got smoked. Was it this weekend?
And he was the one that
he was the main.
testified.
He was one of the main cats. Matter of fact, his testimony was what got her that 10 years.
Yeah, that bullshit 10 years.
Hey, but what's going on with why was they hugging her and doing all that extra shit?
The judge
that made me look at that whole.
The judge gave her a Bible. The judge gave her a Bible.
What state did this happen in?
Was like
Dallas. It was Dallas, Texas.
But this the thing, like
Dallas.
So when the guy did his testimony, right?
Crazy.
He did his testimony. He asked the judge, "Can I hug her?" and stuff like that.
That was homeboy's brother.
Yeah, his brother. And his brother gave a heavy testimony too.
Even though he just hugged her, but like, you ain't even supposed to do that, like, cause. I want to hug my brother's killer. I'm gonna go over there, and knife or anything. I'm gonna beat you up, like
knife time.
That whole shit was weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Knife time.
The mom and dad were really
hey, check
upset
this
about
out,
the
man.
whole thing.
God forbid somebody kill me, and then y'all give him a hug, like. Y'all ain't my family no more.
Right.
So we get to have him like, what's up with that shit?
Yeah, what was that
What the fuck was that about?
I mean, rolling around this.
I'm setting my alarm for 10 years right now. I'm waiting for you, bro. I'm setting the alarm, man. 10
I'm be
years
out there
from now.
like people. I'm be out there like people's about my
Shout out
dog.
to Shab.
People's
People's
Hernandez.
Ice pick, yeah.
You must kill me. Yeah, I'll be
I
out
think
there
he
tripping.
picked this up once or twice. Boop, boop.
Hey, but
They say you're supposed to forgive or forget, though. Right?
Never.
yeah, fuck all that.
They say fuck all
I
that.
ain't
Just
really-
level.
Only way I can see it is if she got like life, and I might give her a hug. Like
She got a small team.
It's nothing I can
Give
do.
her a hug and whisper in her ear.
grab her ass.
She's up for parole.
All right, so I'm in the comments on Instagram, and I seen this story, and I'm in the comments, and I just see they fucking. Like the dude, his brother, and the cop, they fucking.
Oh yeah, all Instagram memes on that shit.
That's what I heard, like on some conspiracy, like yeah, they fucking, man. There's some other shit that's going on.
There's
That ain't
definitely more
nobody
to the
talking.
story.
But they was
Nobody
trying to say
talking
that.
about it.
They was fucking.
Yeah,
She's
like
fucking her
Yeah,
partner.
like she's fucking her brother, like the dude brother.
Oh, she
type
was
shit.
giving the pussy to everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Whore.
Look. Who is that? Who is that? Look.
Black youngster.
Stino got his own sound bites. So Stino just sit back and just hit it with the
That's it.
He got dropped.
shame.
I don't know no black people that leave their door unlocked though. I don't fuck with nobody say.
I leave my door
Come
unlocked.
here.
I leave my door unlocked.
Do you? You got a dog.
Big dog.
That's
Big
a
ass-
red flag, man. I ain't think about that.
What the
You
fuck
got a
leave that
cane
door
course
In an
unlocked?
apartment complex too. I can see you live in a nice house neighborhood.
I ain't leaving my door unlocked.
I don't give a fuck where I'm
I don't give a
at.
fuck. I don't give a fuck. You gotta buzz yourself in
Facts.
to the yard.
Facts.
Speaking of my dogs, Mimi just came in the heat, so they finna.
Shooting down the
So
middle.
that's how that arm happened. That's how the arm happened. That's a dog bite.
No, I was in Cancun. One dog stay here. I told you, shark,
Cane Corso bite.
30-foot wave, surfing, shark.
Man, you don't have the steady hands or technology to pull off some shit like that.
What happened?
Saved the
What
motherfucker.
happened to the Russian?
Huh?
The Russian arm wrestling.
Hey man, we not gonna.
The shark was Russian.
Oh my god, it was imported sharks from.
What kind of
might
knife?
be fake.
You guys could get some advertising money for this knife. What kind of knife is this?
Handmade.
Oh, wow.
Y'all seen the movie The Hundred, right? Everybody seen that movie? You seen that movie?
Hey, I'm gonna slap your hand.
Fuck you think you're a MacGyver?
I'm trying to get y'all a Cabela sponsorship out here. He over here talking about Castaway. He over here talking about y'all Castaway and shit.
Hey, I need all mine. Handmade.
Took a cucumber and cucumber.
You want to kill a shark? Fuck with KD's
A
knife.
bit of shell in half.
Hey,
Fresh 60 blades, you dig?
so as we sitting here, Washington Avenue, you know, beautiful store.
This is nice.
How did this whole DNA store start? Like, what's the story behind it?
Story behind the store, man, like I said, it means dictate, never accept. And we just want you to dictate your own way of fashion. You know what I'm saying? Do your own thing. Like, don't listen to the masses. Don't do what the mall is putting in your face and telling you what to buy. Have your own swag. You know what I'm
fly
saying? Do
nigga,
your
don't
own
shop at the
thing.
mall.
Be yourself.
Facts. Number one is be yourself. But it started by my guy Nate. That's my business partner. Is the founder of the whole thing, of the whole movement. He started him and his uncle Donnie back in 2012 in June 8th to be exact. I wasn't even a part of the team yet, type deal. I just came in and I DJ'd the grand opening party for the store. So at that time, this back in 2012, I'm living on my homie couch type shit. Like, I ain't got no money. I'm a freelance DJ. I'm just trying to get it popping type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I came down to DNA, talked to Nate, told him my situation. Like, hey, bro, I ain't got nothing going on, man. I see the potential in the store. I'm ready to get it. You know what I'm saying? And he looked at me. He was like, bro, I'm here with my uncle. I don't have no money to pay you. We just opened this up with $10,000 of shoebox money type shit. I can't pay you. I'm like, shit, man, I see the potential. I'm with it. Whatever you need, I'm down. You know what I'm saying?
So this store been here since 2012.
12. Well, this location, we've been here since last year. We was across the street.
1308.
Directly across the
1308
street,
Frozen.
1308, yeah. Then we moved over here last year, May 2018.
So if you guys see 1308 on some of the apparel and stuff, that's just all homages to the original store, the original, you know, that's the trap over there.
Facts. Facts. So that's how I pretty much got started, man, with 4 brands. Like I said, started in June. I came around in August, September type deal. So I didn't know anything about, not fashion, but like retail experience. I might have a job at Foot Locker, some shit like that, but it wasn't that serious. But Nate, but my homie Nate, man, he pretty much taught me everything as far as like how to do stock, how to buy, you know what I'm saying, how to market, who to market to, what's our market, our audience type deal, who really fucks with us. And we was really able to tap into the streets of St. Louis. Like, that's what got us right here where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guys that's in the club every week, popping the bottles, you know what I'm saying, and getting it popping. Like, he coming in here every week. That's the streets. They shopping.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when tax season come around, you know what time it is. Like, niggas splurging. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Rank it up.
you gotta just understand like what's going on in the streets to really
Stay tuned.
to stay relevant. You know what I'm saying? We see business come on all the time down here. They come and go because they don't have the streets, and that's what's keeping us intact. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what's up.
Most definitely. That's why we got you on this podcast right now, because that's what we're trying to do. The same thing. Just trying to, the streets in St. Louis and this whole area.
Whole Midwest.
yeah, and I'm coming from where y'all coming from.
Yeah,
I'm
you from Illinois,
I'm
yeah.
from Brooklyn, Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah, home of the Pink Slip, Lovejoy Wildcats, all that good shit.
And anybody that's listening from somewhere else, you know, out of state listening, when y'all come to St. Louis and y'all go to them strip clubs, y'all in Brooklyn. Y'all not in St.
Well, the
Louis.
Pink Slip closed now, so we just got the ups in Brooklyn. Yeah. But I heard the Pink Slip about to open back up next month, November, December.
Be
some
safe.
shit like that.
Be safe out there, y'all. Be
Yeah.
safe, though.
Yeah.
Be safe.
And they still got Onyx on the east side, so I'm
Right,
not
Onyx still doing it. Yeah, Onyx still doing it.
But, man, that's great, man.
Dictate never accept.
Dictate never accept, man. We carry the hottest brands, high-end brands. We got Commodore Gerson Play. You can find that shit at Saks.
Yeah.
Like, we got this shit here in a small store.
That's good.
Ran by some black guys.
Y'all had
you know what I'm saying?
the Puma collab with Geek.
Yeah, the
didn't y'all,
Puma,
last
Puma
week?
Fashion Geek collab last week
Yeah, man.
with Zoe. Yeah,
Yeah, that
we've
was
been
dope.
friends with Zoe for 15, 20 years type deal.
Yeah,
I think that's really important to point out too is that, like I was telling you guys earlier, you know, getting Comme des Garçons in here, getting the play line in here for Nate and Trey, and even the link Zoe is like a macro version of a lot of the stuff that these guys are doing, is that because St. Louis is such a stubborn market, and because, as you guys know, it takes longer for trends to get here, it takes longer for people to pick up on stuff, that trying to keep stuff in here that keeps regular business in here while still trying to, like, the bottom line is, like, we want people to come in here and see something that they've never seen before, research it, and then go, yo, this is the next thing, or like, yo, I didn't even know, like, I wasn't hip to this. But in order to get those brands here, it's not like, it's not like a corporate account where we can just dial in and pick the stuff out of a catalog. Nate and Trey can't just make a phone call and say, hey, I have a store and we'd like to put an order in. They got to go to Agenda in Vegas year after year and talk to these guys. They have to, tap into every friendship and connection that they have. If it's a brand in LA that Trey's not familiar with, it's not just a call to DC, it's a fucking flight. Yeah. It's a flight and it's an actual powwow. I mean, it's a trip to Paris Fashion Week by Nate. Right? And you don't know if it's going to pay off. So while, of course, like sometimes the trips and stuff and some of the stuff that we do is glamorized for the sake of, that's part of celebrating it. It's like we do get to go cool places and we do get to meet cool people, but like it's always work. There's never just I'm just going to San Francisco. There's never for Trey, I'm just going up to Chicago. It's always what can we get done while we're there, or if the reason that they're going is, okay, yeah, I'm going to spend a day doing some dope shit in Chicago while I'm there, but it's because Zoe, it's a relationship via Zoe to get another brand in here that otherwise wouldn't come in. They look at this market and go, how much product?
Right. Where the fuck is St. Louis at?
How much product are you really going to move? CDG's been in here for what, 4 years now? Not that long?
We just got Congress signed 2017, 2018.
Okay, so it feels like it's been here longer than that, and obviously that's me not being in the books as much as these guys. But even 2 years ago, whenever it was in here, the orders were 15, 20 pieces tops. Now you guys can see its entire racks. The whole city's getting it to the point where Trey's ordering 20 of the same hoodie. I mean, I don't know any line that we've carried in here where we've ordered 20 of the same thing ever, But that's a line that otherwise Nordstrom got it after DNA did in St. Louis.
Right. But they still don't have it technically.
Sorry, not Nordstrom, right? But Saks.
And they still don't have it inside the store. Like you can go in and order it
online, right?
But you can only physically walk in here and try it on. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference.
1311.
1311 Washington Avenue, y'all.
And it's the same thing with BBC ice cream. Some of the stuff, the relationship they made with BBC. Real quickly, we saw City Gear and all their affiliates and DTLR and all their affiliates start paying attention to what DNA was doing, and then we were like, well, shit, we got to step it up. How do we get ice cream in here? How do we get what's the more limited stuff? How do we get something in here that can't be got anywhere else? Same with Puma. Anybody can go and grab a Puma line if they have a corporate account, but I was like, all right, how do we get something different? Okay, worked with Yes Jules, worked with Zoe, worked with Chinatown Market, to get those. Those are, if you tell somebody in Seattle that we have the Chinatown Market Pumas, they're like, word? What the fuck? Kids in St. Louis are like, what the fuck is the Chinatown Market Puma? We're like, come on down to the store, we'll tell you. Let us give you some context as to, why this is important and why it's a big deal that we got it,
And that's kind of what we're doing as far as like networking with everybody. Because like I said, even though we from Illinois, y'all from St. Louis, it's still the same area.
It really is the same
and
thing.
We need to be on the fucking map.
Right.
That's the whole thing. We need to be recognized and respected. You know what I'm saying? As far as fashion, swag, all of it.
And to a certain extent, I believe. To a certain extent, I believe we do have that respect, but it's just not broad and it's just not on the scale it's supposed to be.
That's why we got to come.
And that's what I'm saying. We got respect. I feel like this area, the St. Louis area, it got respect in certain things, but the shit that we doing, we yet to feel inspired.
Yeah,
like this podcast, nobody hasn't got no podcast. Like I'm sure it's other podcasts in St. Louis, but they ain't on what we on.
Right.
And and the same thing like with clothing stores and shit like that. Like it's other stores in St. Louis, but they're not on what DNA is on. So it's just we got to build a name like that.
Y'all unique though.
It's the personality, man. It's just what we founded on, what we built on, what we believe in, what we stand on. You know what I'm saying? Morals that we have as men. Like it accounts for all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? For certain brands that we rock with, certain brands that we don't rock with.
That loyalty thing is definitely, it's alive and well with the brands. Whenever they first opened, Black Scale was in here regularly, and no one knew what Black Scale was, and we ordered it religiously until guys were picking up the shirt, feeling it in their hand, looking at it, and going like they didn't know why it was cool if they saw it on the website, but then they came in and felt it in their hand, and you can tell it's a really good garment. Then when they go on Instagram and look at Mega and the guys that are doing black scale, they all of a sudden they see that ASAP's wearing it and all these guys, and it's like, so we're teaching guys like that. There's so many cooler things that are out there that are, whether they're up and coming or they're just not here yet, you know, that like we're trying to give people the opportunity to dictate, you know, and don't accept the state of fashion.
And everybody think they got that drip,
You
like,
know,
you know,
don't
y'all,
accept, you
everybody,
know.
man, y'all out there dressing like a mannequin, looking like a mannequin.
And people
getting
come in
everything.
here and they fight us.
And that's the same thing. And that's the thing. So we,
They fight us. I don't wear that, man. Those jeans too skinny. I don't like the way that shirt fit.
Well,
and then 6 months, or maybe not even 6 months, maybe 3 months down the line, that's what they got on. They wearing it now because they favorite rapper got it on. Facts.
Right.
Facts.
oh yeah, my niggas, hey,
That's
my
the
nigga,
climate we living in.
everybody in here, they made, like I was wearing like the Nike Techs. They was
Right.
like, what you got, leggings on? I got.
Because they were athletic cut.
Yeah, but like they
tripping.
look at them like,
Yeah.
what y'all got on? Like you got
Yeah.
skinny jeans
And
on.
then-
It take time for people to.
Yeah, and then 3 months later, you see them like rocking the same pants you had.
You know what I'm saying?
You see
That's
how
how
you
that
do
shit
that.
Well, it was,
man.
you know, it's the same thing. Subi, I mean, I realized I could do it with every brand in here. But Subi, you know, Subi, Travis Scott got signed to Subi before he popped. And he had a whole line with Subi. And Subi's an Australian, essentially Australian streetwear. But it's like, originally was formulated around like surfing stuff. It's like big, long cotton tees.
You said surfing?
Go real well.
Would you wear that when you surf? What you have on when you surf?
You might have been wearing some Subi.
Fuck no.
Sure, we need to sponsor you, boy, because I rode a 30.
You gotta get a Subi cast. But now, now Subi.
We got D-boys in Subi now. We
Right,
got
you
niggas
know,
on the block in
you know,
Subi.
really like, you know, it's certified guy, and then they're coming in and they're wearing it because they learned about it via the store, and now
They see-
who they just signed, Kendall or Kylie? Kendall.
They got Gunna wearing this shit.
Right, but you know what I mean. But I mean, as a representation of how big they've gotten, you know what I mean. They signed on one of the fucking Jenner girls at the same time as they got Gunna and NLE Chopper wearing the shit. You know what I mean?
And that's just, I like stores like this anyway. I don't know the name of the store. We ain't got to shout them out anyway, but it was on in Delmar Loop or whatever, similar to something like this ad. I don't like going to the mall and buying clothes like to go out in because you go to DTLR and get a shirt or anything like that, you gonna go to the club and see the same shirt. I never been into that.
You don't come to detail.
That's-
You don't come to DNA.
That's what we do here, man. We only order ones like east side, so it
Yeah.
won't be a lot on them out. Maybe it'd be like 4 or 5 pieces in the whole city.
Well, the
You
cool
know
thing
what
about
I'm
it is whenever a guy wearing it sees another guy wearing it,
And they know where they
they're
got
not
it.
pissed off about it. They're like, yo, Team DNA?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like the crown, the DNA
But that's
crown.
what that's
you
what
know, that was huge
that's
for
the
us, you
same
know?
thing. Shout out to my boy Stino. You know,
Go
he
to
just
the
started his
mall,
own line about a year in. On brand, get that water clothing as you can get. You know what I'm saying?
What's
Be
it called,
yourself.
Get
Get
that water.
water clothing.
Okay, all right, get that
Water
water.
is life.
Explain to them what that means.
Water is life, man. Everybody thirsty for something, whether it's good or bad. But get it. But you got to be yourself to become. When you water yourself, you'll grow into what you your full potential.
Oh, man.
Because we try to dictate, never accept, right?
That was a bar.
Got his own, the boy got his own cups. All right,
I bring
man.
something for y'all.
Man, I'm fucking
Yep.
with the vibes.
That's what I don't go to the mall neither. I've never been here, but one of y'all employees is a good friend of mine, so
Big
always
Woo.
wanted to-
Woo, yeah.
Shout out to my guy, Big Woo.
Yeah.
Shout out to Woo, man. I wish he was here because
Yeah.
when we was in high school, like, so you know, Woo played for every school. He played for every basketball team in Belleville.
East, Alto, West.
We the same age.
every single one.
So we play each other every year. You know what I'm saying? So, but
You know,
ga-
different
but
jerseys,
you know,
different
jersey
teams,
on.
though.
but Woo, I'm telling you, the nigga, he looked lazy on the court, like he's sleepy.
I seen
Boy
him do
a
a 360 windmill.
And a
That boy a
windmill and
beast.
dunk on you and do some wild shit.
Yeah, that boy a beast.
I was nice, you know what I'm saying, high school too, so we'll do something. But
Man,
listen,
yawning at your game.
I
bro.
know.
Big dicks.
But look,
Damn.
but the game didn't start until Woo threw my shit to half court. Every time I ever played against him, dude, it'll be like just a move up and under. You know, he going for every head fake.
But he
Going to get the shit.
Yeah, he
The
going
game
up,
didn't
yeah.
start. He gonna throw my shit to half court every time we
Yanking it
play.
back here.
Yeah, game
Play
don't
when
start
he
yet.
was-
Oh, now it started. Okay,
Okay.
but
He a dog?
oh yeah, he used to be a dog.
He did 360 windmill the wrong way. Like everybody seen Vince Carter.
Don't bring up Vince
Whoa,
Carter,
whoa,
man.
whoa,
Shout
whoa,
out.
whoa. We trying to say he did some shit that Vince can't do?
I didn't. Not gonna argue with you.
I'm trying to bring
You
it
got
Hey,
bit by a shark.
On KD No Slender list is DMX and Vince Carter, man.
D-Wade.
And D-Wade?
Yeah, throw it in there.
I'm fucking with that list. It's a cool no slander list.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Slim.
Fuck Vince. Fuck DMX.
Hey, speaking of the NBA,
No slander list.
Speaking of the
reason to
NBA.
doubt. Reason to
Do,
doubt no slander list.
is Carmelo Anthony on the basketball team this year?
Will he be?
Don't look like it.
That's
He ain't
crazy.
signed yet.
That's great.
Cheers, man.
John Morant?
For the Knicks?
We got a Melo fan over here. What's up, man? Let's talk to the people, bro. What's going on?
Straight up. Hey, we're going to talk real respectful about Melo in here, you know. You know, Melo will be on the team. Don't worry about it. He'll be on the team soon. He'll be on the team
I
soon.
hope, man. I'm kind of,
The
I'm losing hope, man. I ain't gonna
Chinatown
lie.
Dragons.
Wow.
Chinatown Dragon.
What the fuck?
In Mexico, goddammit.
CBL.
Cancun.
CBL, but Chinese Basketball League, man.
Hey, but
Oh, he over there with Marbury?
Man.
Starberry.
You about to shut this whole thing down.
yeah, man. Y'all, what y'all want to wrap it up?
Nipsey and Melo?
Starberry, man. Don't talk about Starberry.
Y'all want to wrap it up?
Man.
Yeah, like, no, I don't, my no
man got
slender.
You remember that man
Let's
ate
talk about no
Vaseline?
slenders list. My no slender list of people that I don't know is Carmelo Anthony,
I wish I had this board.
Nipsey.
What's your drop?
Fuck, I want to hear your CD for.
Fuck, I wanna hear your CD fuck.
Yeah, man.
But the reason that our podcast, Nipsey is a no, you know what I'm saying, no
Of
slender
course,
list
of course.
for sure. You know, Nipsey like one of the reasons why we even do the podcast, like for real, cause just his messages and his speeches, like I used to watch that shit and just be like, man, I need to do something. Like I want to do something. That's the only regret I got of this podcast that I didn't start it earlier. So anybody out there want to start something, just do it, man. That's all you got. That's the only thing stopping you not doing it. But
Trey just yelled at me about this outside right before this, so thank you for driving it home.
that's the only thing holding you back is yourself. When you got an idea in your head, put it in motion, man. That's all you got to do.
And don't ask nobody shit.